Hello, my loves. It is Joey here at True North. For those of you guys that are new, I am an energy channel and intuitive. I'm actually making this video today about crystals. So I want to talk a little bit about apophyllite. This is a big, juicy piece. But I will say it could be more high quality. I'm trying to find a good one. Right here is a good example. So this is the pyramidal shape that apophyllite grows in. So most of the time, like when you get a piece of apophyllite, it'll actually come in a apophyllite point. Um, but yeah, so this one mainly has just, you can see a bunch of square pieces where they have obviously harvested the points or the points have come off. But I actually got this for a steal, so I can't complain. I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, so apophyllite's just like a crystal. It's almost like a lighter crystal. It's got a very high like water content, so it doesn't have like the same like level of hardness as like clear quartz or stuff like that. So it's not as good for jewelry, but what it is really good for is meditation. It's really good for getting clear access to the Akashic Records and to really facilitate a clear channel of information to and from. And for those of you that don't know what the Akashic Records is, it is basically like a library where every single thing that has ever happened and is ever going to happen in the universe. And it's just like a central location for all that information. It's like a universal library. So it's not a very rare crystal. But what it is it can really help with gaining past life information, where to move in the future. And it really helps facilitate that conscious connection between us and the divine. So sometimes, people can experience, out of body experiences with this, but it's also known to be excellent for scrying as well. So for me, it has a very like purifying and calming effect. So what I keep on my altar for channeling is I keep the apophyllite on one side, and then I keep my blue celestite on the other, which I talked about yesterday. But I think that they just very much work hand in hand, and I feel like for me, apophyllite really helps soften the aura, and like it's very much like selenite, and like the fact that it makes me feel like my aura is just being cleansed. But yeah, so it's also excellent for helping with energy healing, like Reiki or Nordic healings. It would be really good for that. Any sort of energy healing where you're really trying to put a lot of light into the body. Okay, so it also helps ease. So like a lot of people, like when they do journeying to a past life, or stuff like that. I wanted the word shamanic journeying wants to come out. When you're doing almost like a shamanic journey with apophyllite, it can really help integrate light into a lot of like those more dense vibrations that can be overwhelming at times to people to deal with. And I feel like that's a really excellent stone for helping with that. Yeah. And honestly, that's really about it. I feel like the clusters again are really good for a space, but if you're trying to get to a singular thought or a specific memory, I almost recommend working with a pyramid. But yeah, so that's a little bit about apophyllite for you guys. Okay, I love you guys.